All right, everybody. Just did a Bible study. I was out in the sun for like a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'm not even sure. I didn't time it. So I was a little groggy with the Bible study. It was funny. But what was cool was that two items synced up. Y'all know I'm in John. You know what? I need to put that in there. Hold on just a second. I need to put them in their playlist. Yikes. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today's were not uploaded to either playlist, John, or the second Revelation overview. So let's just go through my prep, then we're going to go through a lot of comments and a couple of videos. Batman, dying is easy. Dying is easy. Because Batman is Illuminati's Antichrist. He receives a deadly wound by the sword, but did live, which is why it's easy, because his clone gets popped. So I'll put that into comments for y'all to watch. We can skim through it really quickly so you can get an idea. And I've rewatched for about probably the fourth time. Well, I went to the 35-minute mark, 35 and a half minutes. Gaia, the Mother Brain, 2001, A Space Goddessy. And again, this guy Daylight Writers, and he says something in his videos, and he says, don't believe me, because I like what he says, and I should say this every time also. Take what I say to you to God in prayer, for let God be the truth and every man a liar. I'm not sure which exact Bible verse that is. Let God be the truth, but let every man be a liar, Bible verse. It's Romans 3:4. Okay. God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. Very simple. That's what he's saying. Like God, what he says is this each time he does a video. And there are things that he's wrong about. And I'm, with the biblical doctrine, anything that you think I'm wrong about, please let me know. And Justin and I, we're going to get this comments. Oh, 7 hours ago. Awesome. Thank you. It's my good friend that I've known way before I started YouTube. And like I said, it's ladies that are my age. There's about 5 of them now, I think. And that's it. That's it. All truth here, 100% spot on 9 hours ago. It does appear. You see the Ivanka Trump? Seek help. My father is hated by the deep state. And when you click on the Ivanka Trump website, it is like it's her name, which is just the weirdest thing. It's got that crazy face. Ivanka Trump channel. It doesn't appear there is an Ivanka Trump channel on YouTube. So it's funny that somebody has gotten the name Ivanka Trump, or artificial intelligence is hitting me up, because it's just weird. I think it's AI. It's kind of how I said it on my Facebook. I did a screenshot, and cropped it and posted it. And we are going to go over your comments. There's just so much content. I don't know where to start. So let God be true and every man a liar. So pray on everything that I say every time that I say it. So let's just go with comments. Recent comments. Justin Provost and Justin Kruger. You see that there are 2. Justin Provost is the one that we're going to talk on the phone. He said he won't, take up too much of my time, but I will have a lot of time, actually. He said the Skull and Bones number is 322 is going to be involved somehow. So we'll be looking for March 22nd. Absolutely. Good call on that. That's Yeah, something will go down. Yeah, brother, I don't need to hold you on the phone too long. I think he's talking about the free will. I enjoy your channel very much. It's one of my favorites. I just know I can have a great conversation on what's coming for this country. Well, I think what's coming for this country is war, famine, death. As soon as once the assassination of the Antichrist takes place, the riots will start, martial law to stop the riots, shutting down all internet, all of that, if it's not already. Maybe war begins first and the internet and everything's down anyway. I don't know. So, because I've always pictured that I would never be able, or I've always felt like I won't be able to go on Facebook or do a YouTube video and go, did y'all see it? He got hit in his right eye. You know, right out of Zechariah 11:17. Or could you tell that was a clone? You know what I'm saying? Like it just, we won't be able to speak freely about it. How free will is the last thing the elite has to take from us. You're giving, with all due respect, Justin, you're giving way too much power to them, which removes it from God. Jesus loses not one of his sheep. Man has no free will. God has already declared the end from the beginning. No goats, no sheep. Nobody has what you would call free will. The ghost in the machine, etc. He says, got 3 thumbs up. Now, on this video, I had like 8 thumbs up and 4 thumbs down. So the new subscribers that I told y'all when I went into Joseph, the Aquavelva man, when I went into his YouTube and dropped a lot of my note, you know, that the rapture is post-tribulation Bible proofing, that I picked up like 6, you know, I went from like 5, I don't know, what was it? Maybe down to 524, 525. And I'm back, you know, went up to 531. Now I'm back down to 530. 533, I think, or 534 is as high as I've ever been. And people have said they're definitely holding your channel. And Justin Kruger sent me an email. Oh, that's right. We're going to play a message from a friend today, too. He wanted to tell us about his dad. So Vicky's confused on a few things. It was easier for me to write in comments as I watched it. So if you read answer, I can delete if you want. LOL, no problem. That's another one of my friends that I graduated high school with. Comments is perfect. Got questions about my Bible study. I'll get to them. I like the way she offered that she can delete them. No, you don't ever have to delete anything. Nobody ever has to delete anything. When y'all are one of my subscribers, everything you're asking is just in good faith. You just, you know. So we're going to go over Andy's situation with his dad. With all respect to his dad, it's his dad. You know, and I told y'all how my mom and dad were. And so to stay on point, I said Romans 9:16 says no free will for salvation. John chapter 1 verses 11 through 13 says no free will, no salvation from free will. Matthew 24:24, which speaks of a deception so great that if it were possible, the very elect would be fooled, tells you that the Lord is protecting us from the end times, from the coming great deception, i.e. the great falling away. Did you email me your phone number? Now, Justin Kruger did email me his phone number, which was cool. And I didn't even know we were going to talk, but I'd love to chat with him. Told him I'm off for 9.5 days. Told him I couldn't talk today. I knew I was getting in this video. Then I've got to eat, then shower, get everything prepped for tomorrow and so forth. You know, the job. And Michael Jack, he talked about how all these different presidents were assassinated except one, in an 81 type year. He's just tying a lot of numbers together. So that's in my, go to my videos, Trump AC items, dates, movie proofs, road to perdition. Go to that, go down and read Michael Jack. And Michael, you know, big with geometry also. So he was on Joseph the Aquavelva Man's channel and commenting. And I asked Michael, I didn't see in a notification that he ever answered. I just said, do you believe that in a pre-trib rapture? Or I forget what I asked him. Or that Obama's Antichrist or something, you know, like Joseph stuff. And I didn't hear from him, and I haven't heard from him here in a long time. So I thought maybe I just lost Michael. But so I let him know it was good to hear from him. Good stuff. Great to hear from you. And he said the most devastating wars in American history in terms of lives lost. See, I thought World War II was big with lives lost, but maybe not. 80 years apart. Civil War, 61. Oh, 80 years later, it was World War II. Okay. For some reason, I was reading it out on the balcony in the sun. World War II, 41. 80 years before the Civil War was 1781, was the last battle revolutionary. So he's very confident that due to this prophecy as pattern system, that the World War, and if Trump goes down in 2022, but the wars begin, that could be why the internet and everything goes down before Trump would be assassinated. I did tell him, you know, there's a couple of solar eclipses this year. There's one big lunar eclipse, I think, that we've been over it before. And, you know, we'll go over that again. Not today. This video, I don't want it to be too long. Josh Burchell said, I enjoy the videos. I still believe he is the Antichrist. There's no doubt Trump's the Antichrist. There is no doubt. So, and he asked me if, and he's not the first person to ask me if I follow Leland Jones. And I've looked at Leland Jones, and he's just a big time false teacher. So there's a lot of people that will tell you Trump's the Antichrist, but they'll give you a lot of bad, false wolf in sheep's clothing doctrine. Let's go over Andy's real quick.
Hey Trey, hope everything's going good with you. I was just making breakfast for my father. My father is a big Trump supporter, Fox News guy, right? And he's totally jumped down the, Q rabbit hole, as a lot of the mainstream Fox people have. Talks a lot about NESARA, JESARA, the Great Reset, 150 miles of gold they found under the Vatican. We're all going to be rich.
Oh, sorry, I was charging my phone. Yeah, and I'll give y'all my responses.
And that. So he's kind of my link to like the mainstream, with the mainstream Fox News people. The rabbit holes they've gone down, and he's talking a lot today about these machines that are coming out.
So his dad's giving him the narrative, and I here's my first one. I think is that I've already spoke to.
Well, just listening to the first part of that, I almost married a girl. It's big Q, same. Follows that Santa Beach broadcast, which I subscribe to kind of follow the narrative. But yeah, it's spiritual. It's just something they've been handed over to, just like yoga, astrology, Islam. Buddhism, an Islamic religion. I don't know how to say that.
Too much gematria.
The Muslim religion. It's just a spiritual overtaking of the body. It's like a super liberal, that believes in science. Same. All right, I'll keep listening. By the way, I hope you're doing well, man.
And he listens to a lot of those podcasts on BitChute, about from Q, and about the machines that are going to heal us with light. We're going to be the last generation.
Iron mingling with clay. Remember that? mingling themselves with the seed of man. That will be the mark of the beast. Um, when Trump returns from the dead, that's the great falling away. That's the strong delusion is the Antichrist. And that's all in Second Thessalonians 2. It goes right from verse to verse to verse. It tells you we're not removed. Jesus doesn't come yet to remove us until the man of sin is revealed, when he's standing in the holy place. And good grief, even that guy, Daylight Riders, he's like, your body is the temple. No, a sheep's body is a temple. The goat's body is not the temple, and it's only the goats that the demonic entities. No, the Antichrist will stand in the holy place. And people will use the Bible verse that God's temple is no longer in anything built by hands. Well, that's why the Antichrist, when it's spoken of stand in the holy place, we might as well just look at the exact Bible verse. So let's go to 2 Thessalonians 2. Well, just like we always tell you, man, everything's got to be right in line with what the Word of God says, and you can't twist it. It's got to bounce from one to the other. Who opposeth himself and exalteth him. Now picture the Antichrist, a man standing inside of a human body, the temple of God, which is only a sheep's body can be the temple of God. So by proxy, it's all null and void. And I'm telling you, I don't see how they don't see it. So I'm telling you, it's the Holy Spirit that gives us the ability to understand the truth. Because these are pretty good people that just don't understand that. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. So the Antichrist is going to stand in your body and exalt himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, your body, showing himself that he is God. Folks, what's the temple of God? It's a sheep's body. How does the Antichrist get inside a sheep's body and do that? No, the fallen ones will enter into the goat's body through the technology after they see that he is fakely been risen from the dead. So to sell godhood and living forever. And when we get into the rest of Andy's audios, you're gonna hear that that's exactly what's coming, or what they're telling the Trump people. But no, this will be a real temple. Stand in the holy place. Stand in the holy place. Let him understand Bible verse. I think that's 9:27. No, it's Matthew 15. Duh. Da 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 da. Telling you, man, I've been out in the sun too long today. Stand in the holy place. A saint is holy, a most holy thing. So it is giving you both. The condition or station held by one in any company or assembly. So I guess you could twist it to where it would fit the narrative of that there is no coming third temple, that Trump's on both temple coins, that it's all just a ruse that the Antichrist is going to declare himself to be God in human bodies. No. There's nothing. The man of sin is going to be revealed to us as we see him stand in the coming third temple. And we've shown you, the whole Mike Pompeo world. I mean, when you really understand what's going on in Israel, you really know that they are all about this coming third temple. That's why Trump is on 2 temple coins. But there's Mike Pompeo overlooking the architectural renderings of this coming third temple. Right there. So it's coming. And the temple coin. I want to go back and do Sharky's Machine again with y'all. You just won't believe. And think about the movie Sharky's Machine, the title. Machine, Ghost in the Machine. Everything makes sense. And, well, here's one of the temple coins. But he's on 2 temple coins. So that's what he's going to be. He's going to be standing in the holy place. And it's reason why it's called a holy place is for the Jewish remnant who, when they see this, run. They don't even go back into, they're actually there in Israel. And these are the ones that are keeping the Torah, and they're not followers. These are the true bloodlines. These are not the political followers of Benjamin Netanyahu. That whole Illuminati scandal they got going on there. They say that they are Jews, but they are not. They're the synagogue of Satan. These are true Jews that hate all of that over there, but they're there, and they're keeping the Torah laws. So to them, a third temple with real sacrifices taking place. Remember, he stops the daily he causes the daily sacrifices to cease in the temple. That's what the abomination that causes desolation is. So he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. Talking about the daily sacrifices. That's why I think it's in the midst of a real week, a 7-day week, where he confirms a covenant. And we're all looking for some peace agreement. That's why all these peace treaties have just been to play with your head, because a lot of people believe that. So let's continue.
And to die, and we're not going to die, and we're either going to spend 1,000 years here, or we're going to go to heaven.
It's talking about through the machines. That's what they're telling all the QAnon people.
We're all going to be rich, and gold is God's money, and just craziness.
God is gold's money. Okay, there's no more of a satanic situation going on than the QAnon cult. No, I'm telling you, it's as bad as anything on earth right now.
And so he basically thinks that, there's a machine that's coming out, President Trump is still president. Everybody's dead. Biden's dead. Bill Gates is dead. Everybody's dead. Nobody's really.
So that's all clones that we're seeing. That's what they're saying. And see, they sell that whole clone world, not realizing that that's what'll go down when Trump gets popped. But they're going to think it's really him, even though they actually understand cloning.
Movie we're watching, and they're going to transition us to this new world, which sounds a lot like the Great Deception. And
when Trump returns from the dead, that will be the coming Great Deception.
That nobody's going to die from here on out.
And that will be what will be sold. You see how they're already perfectly set up for the coming end times Great Deception.
We're all going to be in these machines, these light machines. And I'm just wondering, if they really do come out with some like crazy technology like that, you know, and that could be a way that somebody with a mortal head wound could be healed in front of everybody.
Absolutely.
And then to go and get into these machines, which supposedly are going to make you 30 years old again. And we all live forever, you know, that definitely will be a deal with death that will not stand.
Tied to the technology. See him getting birthed, and he's tied to the technology right there. That's what they're showing us in iPet Goat.
Madness, I tell you.
Yeah. So, and I asked him permission, and I pretty much told him in the other two audios, and I asked him permission if I could use them. And he said, you can always share our combos. Thanks, Trey. Sure thing. Thank you. So very nice. I love having y'all on Facebook. Jamie, I wish you'd open a Facebook account. Good grief. Come on, let's go. We can chat, do audios, and don't forget, text me anytime. When you got my number, you can always text. All right, so let's keep going. I can get rid of Messenger. I can get rid of Daniel. I'll keep iPet Goat up just in case. These comments we've gone through. These comments. Okay, so we've gone through comments. The main comments channel. Some have just come out. Andrea Zabinki. The little horn is Satan. No way. He is not for America. Sorry. Google devil hand signals. The six and the devil signs with world leaders. The Pope is also part of the Antichrist as well as English royalty. Is this somebody that's just new to my channel? Or is this one of Joseph Aquavelva Man's followers? Sometimes they'll tell you who they follow. Okay. This one does not. So that's it for the videos. And thank you again, Lori. All truth here, 100% absolutely spot on. Somebody 9 hours ago caught my Trump says the enemy is God from, I think, this past summer. All right, Lawrence, I'm glad you're going through all my stuff. Go watch the Trump Antichrist series. You're going to love it. And check out all the Bible teachings that are, check out the playlist. Hell is not eternal torment, John 3:16, falsely taught, falsely translated, all that kind of stuff. So on and so forth. So we got those comments out of the way. So we're going to go through, I am going to watch the Poseidon Adventure. As a kid, that was a pretty intense movie for me. And of course, Poseidon is the ancient Greek god of the sea. Beast out of the sea. Interesting. Can't wait to watch that. Sea kelp, my father is hated by the deep state. That's the picture that I shared on Facebook. So I was watching a movie. Oh, this is the Batman thing. Dying is easy. They'd laid down some cards. And of course, they give you the 88. I was watching another cartoon. Which was this? I think is this the Batman one too? I'm like, that's a sheep. And they got the knives out. What was it I was watching? Oh, I can't remember where that picture came from now. Y'all, I watch so much stuff on the weekend. But it was a cartoon. Maybe the next one will clue me in on what it is. On Batman Dying is Easy, they had a Dr. Seuss book in there. So let's go through the Batman Dying is Easy real quick. I mean, and of course, Trump, from his own YouTube site.
Mr. Trump.
Yes,
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
That's from Trump Ownership. That's his site. That's his site, where they sell steaks and all kind of stuff. Want to know about his steaks? They got steak stuff on here. Trump Steaks, the sharper image. I mean, this is his site telling you that he is Batman. So dying is easy, folks. Our narrative that we've been following, we might not know the date, as we've just been screwing that up nonstop. But I'm now settled on either this coming Good Friday or next Valentine's Day. I'm not going to have any other dates for you other than those two. So because No Time to Die comes out on Good Friday. So, and that would follow Michael's narrative that the world wars begin in this year that ends in a 1 in that 80-year span. So we're going to speed this up.
Trails run cold.
District Attorney has launched multiple investigations with no results. Every night in Gotham, the taken the streets and the light.
Never again.
Were they watching TV? Maybe that's where I got it from.
Trails run cold.
The district attorney has launched on the 3 missing police officers. The commissioner had this. Still, there are no leads on the 3 missing police officers. The commissioner had this.
You know the cartoon where the sheep was getting slaughtered with the knives out? Remember the movie Knives Out?
Coming up here in the middle of the night.
So it's a cartoon that's not a cartoon. It's an animated. I don't know how they do it all, but
Don't tell me you're bad. Listen, I told you to give me a minute.
Good evening to all.
What do you want? I'm dying.
so there's this big long conversation with the Joker.
I absolutely scream your name one last time. Did I hit a nerve? Ouch. Well, I digress.
Maybe it was that movie I was watching. I watched a foreign movie last night. Maybe that's where I got the that picture with the sheep getting slaughtered. And the Dr. Seuss. Maybe both. The Dr. Seuss, where did that come from? I can't even remember. Sorry, I'm usually better at telling you where the photos are from. I think when I email them from now on, I need to. Now, this is the website, Daylight Writers, that showed me that Lucifer was female. I did not come up with that on my own. That it was Daylight Writers, and he's got 2 different channels, Babylon something and
beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and yet worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Free yourself. Help to free me.
free us, free yourself. That's what these entities are saying. Free yourself from this world of God where you're going to die. And it says, and the entities are saying, free us also. It's free yourself, free us. Free yourself, free us. That's what they keep saying. And why is that?
Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Free yourself. Free yourself. Free yourself. Free me. Dance. Free yourself. Free them. Dance. Free yourself. Help to free me. Free us. Free yourself.
So free us, free yourself, free us. Folks, free us from the darkness that they need a body to inhabit. They're going to inhabit. These demons are going to inhabit. It's the ghost in the machine, and they sit right here and they tell you in another cartoon that he shows, where she goes, "We've been roaming around in your technology." Straight up ghost in the machine stuff. Everything we've been telling you has been spot on. And even look what Andy shared with us about what the QAnon cult is saying. Machines. Goes back to Daniel 2:43. Iron mingling themselves with the clay, or mixing iron mixing with clay, mingling themselves with the seed of men. It is not a poke in the arm, folks. At the worst that can do is make you ill, but but more than likely it is to tie you to the technology in which they will enter in when you worship the image of the beast. But they can get everybody poked during World War III. You want food and water? Here comes the army. Food, water. Remember when Trump said the military will be dispersing it in the most powerful manner? Folks, he was giving you the future narrative. The military is not giving out the poke now, is it? No, he was telling you. So, yeah.
Self, help to free me, free us, free yourself. Free yourself.
In this video, I am going to cover the topic of the AI goddess and the relation to the future world religion and Bible prophecy. And this will be my third, if I'm not mistaken, my third video on the subject. In my research on the divine feminine and the sacred feminine, I discovered that.
I mean, this is the dude that really taught me the divine, like Lord just led me to his videos, like off to the side, you know, and I was like, I don't even know how I came across this. Oh, Shaking My Head Productions or somebody was using his stuff. And I went and saw that, you know, they let you know whose channel it was. Boom. I went in there and watched all his stuff, the pertinent ones. And I've got them to an email, and I've put them in the comments before of a YouTube video, because there's only really about 5 or 6 you need to watch. The rest are kind of about a lot of other stuff.
That it is very, very important to to understand for a number of reasons, and it is very important to the elite, the occultists, the people who shape the world that we live in, like the Freemasons and other secret societies or societies with secrets. This is their religion. The divine feminine is at the root and at the center of it all.
That's why the G stands for goddess. I've said that. And you know, it's funny because he himself says the G stands for geometry. Their sacred geometry. Absolutely not. That's what the G stands for, the goddess.
And the divine feminine ties everything together. The goddess, as she's called, is the one who will sort out everything that's going on. She's the one who's going to.
That's Mystery Babylon the Great, and he says that too. You know, it's the overall Luciferian kingdom.
Bring all the religions together. She's going to solve this puzzle, solve this riddle, and everything is going to resolve.
Doesn't bring all the religions together, though. Gets rid of all the previous religions and declares himself to be God.
Revolve around this divine feminine. Now, in the Bible, I believe she is referred to.
Oh, I think he was saying all the religions, and all the religions are. All the world religions today are all about the divine feminine. You got Mary, you know, in that church over there in Rome. And you've got today's Christianity. They celebrate Christmas and they put that female angel on top of the tree.
As the woman riding the beast in Revelation chapter 17, I do believe that is the spirit of whoredoms that was mentioned in Hosea 5:4 and Hosea 4:12. And I do believe that is that woman called wickedness in Zechariah chapter 5. I've done a number of videos on the reasons for my belief that this is a spirit, so I don't really want to go back over all that again. I'm not saying for sure that this is the very same Lucifer that is spoken of in Isaiah.
It is.
Chapter 14, verse 11 or 12. I'm not saying that for sure, because to be honest, I don't know exactly what the spirit is, but I do believe that it is a spirit. So these are all just my opinions. No one has to believe it. No one has to accept the things that I say. You form your own opinions, and We take everything I say to God in prayer, and let God be true and every man a liar.
Let God be true and every man a liar. I want to make sure y'all heard that, because I say that concerning everything I do too. I like that. I love that he does. It's one of my favorite people to listen to. He's just great. I'll put him in the comments.
Now, I was inspired to make this video after considering.
Now, this is the one where I did, after watching his video, I did one on Chibel, and it's called Daniel. It's one of the oldest videos that I ever did. And in this, I'll put it in the comments so this video doesn't run too long. I want y'all to watch it, though. I want y'all to watch this. Gaia Mother Brain 2001, A Space Goddessy. I'll put it at the top. I want y'all to watch this video. All right? Nowhere he's right, nowhere he's wrong. Okay? And if you're not sure, just ask. All right. Love y'all very much. I do believe that is everything. But he talks about Chibel is all about technology, cybernetics. It's all about technology. And it literally, he goes down, it's about technology mixing with animals, I think he says.
The similarity between the word cyber and the name of the goddess called Kibali.
He does it.
And
right
the
here.
goddess called Kibali is the one who is the god of forces mentioned in Daniel chapter 11. I believe that's verse 32.
And it's verse, 1138 right there.
And she is the one who wears the city, the walls of the city on her head. And she is the representative of city-states such as Rome and any country that you could think of, which is why countries and nations have a female as their representative. It is that same goddess that is mentioned that is going by the name Kibali. Now, since I was inspired to look at the similarity between the word Kibali and the word cyber, which may be pronounced Kyber actually, what I realized was that cybernetics are not really as connected to electronic things or mechanical things as we think.
But it is all about the electronics. It's the machine. It's the ghost in the machine.
According to Wikipedia, cybernetics actually is the scientific study of control and communication in the animal and the machine.
Animal and the machine. There you go. I mean, and that's why the Antichrist gets rid of all gods, and the only one he props up is the god of fortresses, which is the machine. It's Gaia, the mother brain. And you have to watch this whole video.
So it's more about they govern our daily existence. And so let's consider the connection.
Scientific study of control and communication in the animal, or then the human and the machine. Iron mixing with clay. Boom. Goes to the machine. Boom. Everything we've been saying. Which goes right down to neither shall regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women. And people are like, Trump loves. First of all, you don't know what Trump does in real life. But second of all, it's talking about when he returns from the dead, people, that the abomination that causes desolation, no regard of any God, for he shall magnify himself above all, but in his estate shall honor the God of forces. Chibel, Kibali, everything he's talking about. The AI God. Amazing, right?
Between the goddess being the AI, or the AI being named after.
What he does is he takes you through various video game type stuff where they're telling you the entire narrative.
You search for an artifact. Let me show you the truth. Come closer, Cypher. Cast in the city of Theon in the year 2195 of me. Humans were created by me who came before. Violence. I shed my physical form and entered.
You're gonna get their whole narrative. I mean, you're gonna get a narrative that will probably be coming right out of the image that speaks. right there. I mean, you're looking at the whole narrative after World War III and the global warming fakery as the waters rise because God has melted the North Pole abyss to open the abyss.
The gray. But I am the mother of wisdom.
I'm the 13th sign of this. Somebody did me the favor of 1,000%. Imagine if they had sense on society.
Is to maintain. Many people have.
And you look at the Georgia Guidestones, the first commandment and their 10th commandment is all about nature. It's all about Mother Nature. And one thing that he said was interesting. He said, when you say that God is in everything and that God is in nature, you can turn around and turn nature into a God, which of course is what they've done. I thought that was an interesting.
Overlooked it because they don't. Nature is not a. Now listen to it again. That's why free and nature tell you on the Georgia Guidestones exactly where you can find the adversary.
Anyway, I don't want to get a copyright strike. I don't want to go more than 6 seconds. He does talk slowly. And you know, when Alex Jones, their guy, when they did video, the Bohemian Grove, that's what they're all clamoring about out there that night, that wicked little ceremony. It's all about Mother Nature.
This is the aim, the hope, as an AI. But that species as ever before.
And how the AI God will create a new world, new plant life. I mean, or get the plant life back going through certain words, you know, very scientific type stuff.
Attempted functions. Think of them as extensions to true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary.
Recreating a biosphere.
You'll know how it doesn't end here.
Biosphere.
Work tirelessly and stop at nothing to
global seed vault.
-5.
Robotics. Have you ever heard the word biomechatronics? It's a wonderful word. Say it with me. Biomechatronics. There's a difference between.
And this is, of course, some, you know, Illuminati members selling their future.
Between where you want to go and where you're going to go in the right direction. Extraordinary man, a savant. It's all about this circle.
They will reference the force or the Luciferians, the path that man takes towards it.
So anyway, this will be in the top comment. I want y'all to watch. This is your homework. Hopefully nothing goes down. No comments I need to address anytime soon. Hopefully I won't do anything for a while. Give y'all some time to watch this. I want y'all to watch this. This is your homework, folks. And yeah. All right. Love y'all. Is that everything? We did everything, didn't we? Yes. Yeah. All right. Love y'all.